Hello, Larissa here with a quick pop tip. So today I am talking about broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables and how to properly cook them so that you still benefit from their cancer fighting property. So, quick little science lesson. Cruciferous vegetables, which is a family of vegetables that includes broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, radish, arugula, Brussels sprouts, and much more, contains a specific compound called sulforaphane that is shown to be particularly effective in preventing cancers, as well as preventing heart disease, boosting the function of our brain, slowing the aging process by slowing DNA damage, and can also help to give us more energy because sulforaphane helps our mitochondria to produce more ATP. However, when we cook cruciferous vegetables, if we don't do a few things, then we're not going to get any sulforaphane and we're not going to get all of those great benefits. Yeah, we'll still get other nutrients like vitamins, minerals, but I want to share 2 simple kitchen hacks that can help you to get the maximum benefit from eating cruciferous vegetables if you don't like to eat them raw, because who loves raw broccoli or raw cauliflower? Some people, but it's not my favorite. Basically, the cruciferous vegetables actually contain a sulforaphane precursor that needs an enzyme to create the sulforaphane. So in this broccoli, which is raw, we have the sulforaphane precursor and we have this specific enzyme called myrosinase. And when we either chop this broccoli on a cutting board or we chew it, then that's like a chemical spark that starts the production of the sulforaphane. However, it needs some time. So for example, if we bite into raw broccoli and we're chewing it, well, it's kind of sitting at the top of our digestive system. The sulforaphane is being produced before we fully digest, and then we're absorbing that. But if we're gonna cook it, if you immediately chop and then cook your broccoli, then you're not going to give it enough time to produce the sulforaphane, which, occasionally if you're in a rush, that's fine, but consistently, we want to be doing what we can to make sure that we're getting as much sulforaphane as possible. So, option number 1, you can chop your broccoli, cauliflower, or other cruciferous vegetable, then wait 40 minutes before cooking it. This will give enough time for the sulforaphane to be produced, and it will not be destroyed through the heat, through cooking, like the enzyme is destroyed when heated. So that's option 1. But if you don't want to wait 40 minutes and you didn't plan ahead and already have your broccoli chopped up, then option 2 is that you can actually just sprinkle a little bit of mustard seed powder on after cooking. And only like a small pinch is needed, so it won't even change the flavor that much of your food. But because mustard greens are also a cruciferous vegetable, when you add the mustard seed powder, it contains that same enzyme that is needed, that was destroyed during the cooking process. And our precursor for sulforaphane is still active even after cooking. So this is a really easy way that you can still get the benefit if you don't want to wait 40 minutes between chopping and cooking your vegetables. And I want to just share with you what I am cooking up for lunch right now. That's one of my favorite ways to prepare cauliflower. So I actually chopped this in advance already. And I usually, you can see, kind of slice it into pieces like this. And sometimes just put some healthy oil and salt, and that's it. But I added some curry powder this time, because also turmeric is really great for our health. So I love to use curry powder and turmeric on lots of different dishes, and it tastes great. So let me show you. I used coconut oil here. You can use olive oil, but you just have to be careful about the temperature that you're cooking at based on the smoke point of the olive oil you're using. Avocado oil is another great option that has a higher heat resistance. So I'm just spreading this out onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper. And again, I've just mixed it with some melted coconut oil, a little salt, and curry powder. But other times I do olive oil and salt. And then I'm just going to stick this in my oven and bake it at usually like around 400 degrees, 375 if you're using olive oil is better, until it's tender. And sometimes at the end I put it a little bit higher heat or under the broiler just because I like it a little browned. And it's a great side dish to have with lunch or dinner, or you can also like put it on top of a Buddha bowl or salad. But I find this to be my favorite way to have cauliflower, and I'm actually going to serve it today with a lemon tahini sauce. So I just put tahini, lemon, a little olive oil, salt into a blender, and it whips up into a nice tahini sauce that goes delicious with this. And I'm also having a sweet potato for a light lunch. And you can do the same thing with broccoli. You can actually also roast it like this, but another great way is simply just to slice it and saute it on the stovetop. I like it with just a little bit of garlic and a little bit of oil and a splash of water to help it cook. And again, if you don't have time to wait between chopping and cooking, just sprinkle a little bit of mustard seed powder, or even I have just whole mustard seeds. And you can sprinkle those on as well. Just make sure they weren't previously toasted or that enzyme would be cooked. So thank you for listening, and I hope you found this tip helpful. If you have any questions, please post a comment below and I'll be happy to respond. Catch you next Popp tip. Bye.